At least 3 people have been killed and 5 others seriously wounded in a suspected knife attack in Solingen. Ukraine's military says it used high-precision US-supplied glide bombs for strikes in Russia's Kursk region.
Dozens of Palestinians have been killed in Israeli airstrikes on southern Gaza.
At least 3 people have been killed and 5 others seriously wounded in an attack at a festival in the western German city of Solingen. German media, citing police sources, said the weapon used was believed to be a knife. Witnesses alerted police shortly after 9:30 p.m. local time after the assailant stabbed several people at random. Police said the attacker was on the run and that so far they have very little information about the man. They also said they believe the stabbings were carried out by a lone attacker.
Wie die ersten Zeugenhinweise uns erreicht haben, hieß es zumindest, eine Person greift Menschen mit einem Messer an. Aber zu einer Motivationslage ist uns natürlich nichts mitgeteilt worden.
Solingen was holding a festival of diversity to mark the city's 650th anniversary. It was supposed to run until Sunday but has now been cancelled. Ukraine's military says it used high-precision US-supplied glide bombs for strikes in Russia's Kursk region. A commander with Ukraine's Air Force published a video on Thursday night purporting to show a Russian platoon base being hit in Kursk. He said the attack with GBU-39 bombs, which was supplied by the United States, resulted in Russian casualties and the destruction of equipment. Many of Ukraine's international allies oppose the country using donated weapons for anything but defensive purposes. However, Ukraine has argued that its Kursk incursion is essentially defensive and aimed at creating a buffer zone to minimize attacks on Ukrainian soil. Meanwhile, the United States has imposed a fresh round of sanctions on more than 400 entities and individuals for supporting Russia's war effort. That includes sanctions on Chinese companies that American officials believe are helping Moscow skirt Western sanctions and build up its military. Mourners have gathered in Moscow for a memorial service to the former chief of the Wagner mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin. Prigozhin was killed after the plane he was traveling in crashed 100 kilometers north of Moscow on August the 23rd last year. The food caterer turned leader of the Wagner group came to prominence after Russia sent its army into Ukraine in February 2022. He was often at odds with senior military figures, accusing them of incompetence and treason for their lack of support and supplies.
Dozens of Palestinians have been killed in southern Gaza following multiple Israeli airstrikes. Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis said it received a total of 33 bodies from 3 strikes in and around the city. First responders said they recovered 16 bodies from the Hamad city area of Khan Yunis, 10 bodies from a residential block to the west, and 2 further south in Rafah.
دمار كبير وحجم المصاب جلل. اليوم مدينة حمد أصبحت تكاد تكون منكوبة، دمرت معظم مبانيها، ما يقارب حوالي 70% من المباني قد دمرت وإسكان حمد.
Clouds of smoke could also be seen rising over Gaza's central city of Deir al-Balah following an Israeli airstrike. The strikes come ahead of high-level ceasefire talks in Cairo, which will be attended by officials from the US, Egypt and Qatar. An investigation has been opened following an explosion outside a synagogue in the French seaside resort of La Grande Motte. Reports say at least 2 cars, one of which contained a gas bottle, and 2 doors providing access to the building were set on fire. According to the local mayor, a municipal police officer was injured in the blast. French President Emmanuel Macron has described the incident as a terrorist act, while security forces continue to search for the suspect.